Good afternoon, everybody. This is Steve Fletcher with the Trumpet for My People. Today is June 30th, 2018. And I want to go over the 70-year timeline again from the beginning of the order to restore Jerusalem and the 70 years of Israel that brings us from 1947 and 1948 to 2017 and to 2018. Once we have reached the 2017-2018 marker, then we are being led by the Revelation 12 sign, the year of Jubilee, and God's true calendar. And this is what we are searching for. And so I'm going to share information with you that we have talked about before, and yet I'm going to present this in a way that is going to be quite clear, I do believe, quite clear for those of us who can see what is happening. So we have the 70 weeks are determined from the order to restore Jerusalem, and the 70 weeks then brings us to the year 2017 and 2018. It goes on to say in Daniel 9:25, "Know therefore and understand that from the going forth of the commandment to restore and to build Jerusalem," from the going forth of the commandment, which was the Palestinian partition plan, 1947, from the going forth of the command to restore and build Jerusalem, there shall be 7 weeks and 62 weeks. 7 and 62. 7 and 62. So the timeline is broken down for us from 1947 order plus 7 and plus 62, or plus 62 and plus 7, because in verse 27 it says that after 62 weeks there will be a covenant with many for 1 week. So we see this broken down from 1947 plus 62 brings us to 2009, plus 7 brings us to 2016. So after 62 weeks, he shall confirm the covenant with many for 1 week. And in the midst of the week, he shall cause the sacrifice and the oblation to cease. And so this brings us to the covenant with many in 2009. And this is the Daniel 9:27 covenant with many that is made after 62 weeks. It tells us within the timeline of Daniel 9:24 through 27 that after 62 weeks there will be a covenant with many for 1 week. So here we have our 7-year timeline from 2009 to 2016. The Nobel Peace Prize. We have our 1,260 days, 3.5 years to the day, to the abomination event. Obama at the sanctuary fortress. Then we have 1,290 days, Obama back in Israel for the funeral of Shimon Peres on September 30th, 2016. Then we have the 1,335th day was the day the Revelation 12 sign began. So Barack Obama has been revealed by the biblical timeline, but he's also being revealed by the Revelation 12 sign because the timeline leads us to the day the Revelation 12 sign began on November 17th, 2016. Then we have the Revelation 12 sign leading us from November 17th, 2016 to September 23rd, 2017. So once we reached the September 23rd Revelation 12 sign, and we realized that that was not the birth event, then we continued watching to the 9-month marker of the Revelation 12 sign. 9 months from September 23rd, bringing us to the door of summer, the summer solstice, and the events that happened surrounding the crowning of Barack Obama on the summer solstice. The crowning events of Barack Obama on the summer solstice had to do with him coming out just a few days before the summer solstice, dressed as Satan, Fox News declaring Obama to be the real Messiah, scientists honoring Obama by naming a sea fossil, Obama's coronatus, which means the coronation of Barack Obama. So this brought us to the summer solstice. Now we are still trying to understand the true calendar. What is the true calendar, and what could be the final Pentecost marker in this year of Jubilee 2018? So this study is quite amazing, and I believe is the link to the true calendar that we are searching for. And I believe that this will be the one of the final revelations to give us the understanding of where we really are on God's time clock. And this has to do with the celestial clock, the true turn of the year, and it has to do with the full moon being the beginning of each month. Now, if according to this study, we see that the Nisan 1 was the full moon of April 30th, then we are led by 14 days to Passover, which was May 14th. So the day of Israel's independence, the 70-year anniversary, was actually Passover on God's true calendar. And then 50 days leads us to July 5th as Pentecost. But there's one other thing that we need to take into consideration, and this is the second Passover, an unfulfilled feast that may connect us with the second coming of Jesus Christ. Just as he fulfilled first Passover, normal Passover at his first coming, maybe the second Passover will be fulfilled at his second coming. So then we would see that we would be adding 30 days to the calendar, just as we were led to July 5th as Pentecost, adding 30 days to the calendar based on second Passover, and then adding 50 days from second Passover brings us to August 4th. For second Pentecost, connected by 50 days to second Passover. Okay? And this is what I am seeing. Then we have the timeline of Barack Obama. How the timeline of Barack Obama is connected to the Revelation 12 sign, which is bringing us to the understanding that Barack Obama is the Antichrist. We have a birth event in the heavens that is connected to the timeline of Barack Obama. And so this is bringing us to the birth of the Antichrist. And so we have a connection to Second Pentecost on August 4th. And this is connected to the timeline of the Antichrist Barack Obama being connected to the Revelation 12 sign and the birthday of the Antichrist on August 4th. So here we have the connection between Second Pentecost, August 4th, the timeline of Daniel and the Revelation 12 sign, and the birthday of the Antichrist. There are two events in July that are very important celestial markers that also help us to see that we need to, these are signs for us of something that will be coming after. And so this is the reason why, because of these two signs, what I have seen about August 4th, plus these two celestial signs, gave me the understanding that we are not looking at July 4th, but we're going to be looking 30 days later at August 4th. And this is the reason. Two very important celestial signs in July. The first sign has to do with all of the planets being on one side of the sun starting around July 19th or so. So once all the planets are on one side of the galaxy or on one side of our solar system, then this to me seems like an added amount of judgments, dramatic judgments, or maybe even a pole shift type judgment where it talks about the shaking of the heavens because of the gravitational pull that will be all on one side and the earth will be right in the middle. So if everything is being pulled our way, and asteroids and meteors and falling stars all heading our way because of the gravitational pull, then those are going to bring increased judgments upon the earth. So this is a sign of judgment that is going to be coming upon the earth. And the most significant, the most important blood moon that we have seen, I mean, we had that blood moon tetrad, and we've had other very important blood moon lunar eclipses over the last few years. But this lunar eclipse is going to be the longest in duration, the longest lunar eclipse of the century. And this to me seems like a definite warning before the coming of the Lord, before the day of the Lord. As it says, the sun will be turned to darkness and the moon to blood before the coming of the great and glorious day of the Lord. And it's an interesting 7-day connection to August 4th. For yet 7 days, I will cause it to rain on the earth 40 days and 40 nights. As in the days of Noah, so will be the coming of the Son of Man, a 7-day warning in the heavens, leading us to the birthday of the Antichrist, which on what may be the true calendar is Second Pentecost. Here is Barack Obama's birth certificate, which not only gives us the day, but it gives us a time. 7:24 p.m. This was also brought forth in Obama's birth video when he brought forth the video of his birth with the birth of Simba, the Lion King, when everyone was worshiping the new baby lion that was born. And this video came out and it showed also the time, August 4th, 1961, 7:24 p.m. And then if we look at this calendar based on April 30th being Nisan 1, and we go to the 7th month, we see that the 7th month begins on the full moon of October 24th. August 4th to October 24th, the Feast of Trumpets, would mean that there are 80 days of great tribulation. "80 days of great tribulation." What does the Bible have to say about this? "Woe for the earth and for the sea, because the devil has come down to you, having great anger, knowing that he has a short period of time." A short period of time. Matthew 24:22. "Except those days should be shortened, there should no flesh be saved. But for the elect's sake, those days shall be shortened." Has the day and hour been revealed? Remember, Barack Obama was born in Hawaii, August 4th, 7:24 p.m., Hawaii. I pray you are blessed. This is Steve Fletcher with the trumpet for my people, the sign of his coming revealed.